What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another one of my vlogs. So I'm going to be doing a Chisme video today, and it has to do with one of my no longer best friends. Sip this tea real quick. And so the Chisme is, oh my gosh, where do I even start on this Chisme? For those of you who have already watched my previous videos and whatnot, or like follow me on social, most of you guys will already know who this person is. My video has to do with my sister-in-law. Actually, we actually have become very close over the years. Like as soon as we met, like we clicked. So we were just like always cool, you know? We're no longer friends anymore. And the reason why this happened was all over a job. I have my receipts ready right here. So I'm gonna read you guys exactly what happened and like how everything went sideways so fucking quick. Yeah, honestly, I didn't think this would be the case because, you know, we've always been like so cool with each other, and yeah, then this just happened and yeah, just kind of ended everything. But okay, so pretty much before I start going into reading all the receipts, she was like seasonal for this other job that she was working at. So like after that, she was looking for somewhere else to work, right? So she tells me, she was just like, hey dude, like I'm looking for a job, like is your job hiring? And I told her like, yeah, totally dude, like if you're serious, I could totally like get you hired, get you an interview, blah blah blah, you know? And she was like, yeah, I'm serious. So I go into work the next day and I actually let my boss know, like, hey, you know, like if you're looking to hire somebody else, I was like, I know somebody who's looking for work. And pretty much I was like hyping her up. I was like, she's very responsible, she's trustworthy, you know, reliable, pretty much just like putting in the best motherfucking word for her, right? And he was just like, oh, okay, you know, like that's perfect, like I wouldn't mind somebody else working here. And I was like, okay, cool, you know. So whatever, I gave them each other's information. It was like the next day or the day after she had like an interview there or whatever. So, and it went good from what my boss told me. He was just like, yeah, I'm gonna hire her because you like recommended her, you know. And I was like, oh shit, okay, cool, like I just got my best friend hired, like yes. Okay, well, no. So let me sip this tea again. That was that, right? And so pretty much like I think it was like the next day or a day after, she pretty much like started working. It was like her training day, so I was like training her. She was already practically hired because she had like filled out like all the paperwork they usually do when starting a new job. She had already did that. My boss had it, whatever. So I was like, okay, cool, like this is legit, like we're actually gonna start working together, like cool. And so I'm just like training her like throughout the day, right? And I wasn't trying to overwhelm her with like all the stuff because I mean I do a lot at work, but it only really seems like that because literally like I was the only employee, so obviously like all the work falls on me because I'm the only one there, right? So I was kind of like trying to explain to her like it seems like a lot, but it's not going to be because, you know, there's like two of us now. Like it only seems like a lot because I would do everything by myself. So like don't feel overwhelmed, or you know, like I wasn't trying to overwhelm her or anything. So whatever, like my boss had like asked her like a couple of times like throughout the day, like, oh, like how are you liking it, blah blah blah. And you know, she was just like, oh yeah, like I like it, blah blah blah, la la la, whatever. And so whatever, the day goes on, you know, we work our full shift, we went home together, like we smoked, I think, after that. I had the next day off, but she was going into work the next day because my boss had scheduled her already. So this was like legit. She was already hired. She had to work the next day, whatever the next day comes. and I'm getting my hair done at my friend's house, and I decide to text her, like, you know, to see like how's work going for her, because I let her know like if you have any questions, like you could call me or like text me and I'll like help you. And yeah, so like I texted her. So this is where the receipts come in. So let's take a look. Going back into the text messages. So this happened like back in January. Like this was January 24th. This is when I was getting my hair done, and I texted her. I was just like, hold on. I was just like, how's work? Okay, and she didn't respond right away. But when she did, she was just like, dude, don't be mad at me, but I couldn't do it. Last night when I was lit, I was thinking, and I was honestly like, I don't know if I can do it. You do a shit ton all day by yourself, pretty much running the business. And I was just like, fuck. So I called in and said that I wasn't interested in the job after all, and lied and said I had another job offer, and sorry for the inconvenience. She's all, dude, my bad, for real. I hope he doesn't get mad at you or anything. And as I was reading this text message, I was just thinking in my head, like, what? Like, is this for real right now? I was like so fucking upset. Like, for those who don't know me, like, I have the shortest motherfucking temper ever. Like, no. So I was pretty heated when I was reading that, and I was just thinking like, fuck, are you like really, like this is happening right now? And like my friend, like I was telling her, like as she was doing my hair, like I was telling her like what the problem was and stuff, and like, yeah, so I just didn't want to reply to her right away because I was so mad. I thought I was gonna like say something fucked up, you know? So I was like, okay, let me just like wait it out a little bit, and then like I'll reply back to her, you know? So I did. I waited a little bit, and then I was just like, I wish you could have said something sooner. I was talking you the fuck up to get you hired, so now I'm gonna look bad for it. It's all good though. And then she didn't reply. She took like some hours to reply, and then she was just like, just woke up from a nap. Damn, I didn't even realize until I was really thinking about it. Oh my god, I didn't know you did that. I feel worse now. My bad, dude, for reals though. And I didn't even reply. I didn't even reply because I was just like, whatever, like that's on her. So I went into work the next day, like already thinking like, I wonder what the fuck my boss is gonna tell me. And like luckily, like my boss is like so understanding. Like he kind of like was joking about it, you know, like, oh, what, was she scared or something? So, you know, I'm glad like he took it like as a joke. But still, like, I've never like recommended anybody like as far as like getting a job or anything like that. So like that's my lesson learned for sure. Like I am never gonna ever fucking do that for anybody again. Fuck that shit. But anyway, so yeah, my boss took it good, which like that made me feel like a lot better, because I was like, okay, like he's not mad at me, or he's not like, well, why would you recommend somebody who's not even, you know, as reliable as you say or whatever, you know. So I was just like, okay, you know, like cool. So literally that next day, I think it was like a Friday or something, and like I went out that night. More receipts. Okay, so I was still very upset. I did not want to talk to her at all, so I wasn't planning to. The next day, like she had saw that I went out, so she texted me. She was just like, hey Lair, how was last night? And for those who don't know, like we had like this nickname for each other. Like we would call each other Lair and Larry. Like it was like this insider, so that's why she was just like, hey Lair, how was last night? I didn't reply or anything, so I was just like, okay, like really? Like, yes, she tried to reach out to me, but I was still upset. Like I felt like she wasn't understanding like where I was coming from, or like why I was so upset. So me being as upset as I was, I did not want to reply or respond to her because, like I said, I just didn't want to say anything mean towards her, you know. So I just wanted to keep my cool until I was able to, you know, reach back out to her and be like, okay, like, this is why I was mad, or like whatever. So this is where more receipts come in. So whatever, she would be like hitting me up here and there, like, but I wouldn't respond or anything. Okay, so we still haven't talked, nothing. So this is on February 11th. So, you know, some time passed. And she reaches out to me again. This is on Snapchat. She was just like, I know you'll probably be mad at me forever, but I still love you no matter what. LOL, plus I've been missing you. You don't have to respond, just wanted to let you know. So at this point, I felt like, okay, like some time has passed. Like, I feel like I'm not as mad anymore to explain to her like why I was so upset. So I decided to reach back out to her. I was like, this is the perfect opportunity. I love you too. I was just upset at the fact that you couldn't keep it real with me till after the fact. Like, you know how I am with people I got a question. We've been cool for years, so you know how I am with shit like that. I just don't like it. That's the only thing I was like, what the fuck about? And she was just like, dude, I always keep it real with you and you know that. I literally told you the next day after I thought on it all night. It wasn't like I waited a long time to tell you. If you gotta question me, or if you gotta question me as a friend or a person, I'll just keep my distance from you and leave you alone. I really thought you knew me better than this. Yeah, we've been cool for years, so the fact that one thing you feel like I did wrong ends it all. I guess I'm not perfect. Nobody is. People make mistakes. From now on, I'll leave you alone. Still love you. Always will. We'll be cordial. And as I'm reading this, I'm thinking like, what the fuck just happened? Like what? How did this get turned on me? I'm over here like just explaining why I was so upset, and then fucking shit goes sideways and shit's getting turned on me. So I'm just kind of like, okay, so alright. So I was left speechless. I was left kind of like, what the fuck? Like, is she being serious right now? So I was like, yeah, you told me after the fact. I asked you how work was going, which, cool, whatever. People change their minds. I get it. But, you know, but you just made me look bad after all that hype talk. So that's why I was just like, what the fuck? She could have told me on another level, not a work level. But it's cool. I'm not holding anything against you. I was just upset. So just pretty much letting her know, like, okay, like, I'm not holding anything against you. Like, I just wanted to let you know why I was upset. And then she replied, she was just like, even so, it was still the next day, not hella days later, but that's okay. Whatever you feel is how you feel, and how I feel is how I feel. I just think it's crazy you gotta question me. So I'm gonna keep my distance. Sorry again, stay up. And I'm just like reading this like, what the fuck? Like, really? This is like, how did this get turned on me? How did I get turned into the bad person? So I reply again. I'm just like, I only question the fact I wasn't told anything. So it made me think, well, damn, am I gonna be told or what? And I let her know, I'm over it. I'm not holding anything against you. So you do what you gotta do. And then she replies saying, for show. So that was that. And that kind of left me like, what the fuck? Like, I don't even understand like how this got turned on me. Like, all I did was get you hired at a job that you didn't even really want, and you didn't show up to the next day. So I was just explaining why I was upset, and it just got turned on me. So like, whatever then. We like stopped talking from that point on, really. And so yeah, keep in mind this happened like the very last week of January going into February. So it's been some months now. And during the month of February, actually, like, it was like more towards the end of February, I actually got a missed call from her. And I thought like, oh, maybe like, you know, she wants to apologize, or like, you know, she wants to talk or something. And I was at work at the time, so obviously I didn't answer it. And I called her back on my break. She didn't answer, so I was just kind of like, okay, that's really weird. So that was that. And yeah, so I was talking to my brother like about it, and he was telling me like I should hit her up. So the next day, like, I hit her up, and I'll read you guys what I said, or I'll read you guys the conversation. Okay, so I started this conversation off with a question. I was just like, hey, what's up? How are you? And then she replies, what's good, my dude? Like, a question with a question. Okay. So I wasn't gonna beat around the bush, and I was like, missed your call yesterday, wanted to see what's up. And then she was just like, my bad, I was trying to call Junior. Junior's my brother. And I called you on accident. So again, I was left like, what the fuck? So I was just like, okay, like I'm gonna just let it be, like whatever. No skin off my back. So literally, like, it's been months. We haven't talked or anything. Like, I mean, she's with my brother and stuff, but we don't ever like run into each other or anything. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. So you guys, that's like the whole chisme of everything. Like I told her a couple of times, I'm over it. So, that's what she wants to do. If she wants to keep her distance, then, that's on her. But I don't know. I want to know what you guys think. Am I in the wrong? I'm not. I'm not, though. I'm not in the wrong. Because I would like some opinions just to get some feedback. Yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to tell me what you guys think. I really want to hear you guys' thoughts on this whole chisme. So be sure to comment, like, and subscribe.